We'll finish these off. It's going to be equivalent to about a can, but you're getting to try, and being together, that's obviously helpful. We get to try all 8 flavors instead of being limited to one, or looking like a crazy person in the corner doing 2 flights by yourself. And if that's you, go for it. Okay, we just got to Stowe Cider. I mean, you could easily walk it, but it's maybe like half a mile, a little bit more from downtown Stowe. And what we decided to do was, in their primary cider selections, they have 8. They have some over here that have like peach habanero and some additives in it, sangria. But we kind of decided, since they have 8 and a flight has 4, we would try the 8 primaries here and see what we think of them. So do you want to just kind of order from top to bottom?
Yeah, so the first one is high and dry. It's a no sugar, just apples, super dry, 6.5%. It smells really fresh.
It's very dry. Like,
that is really dry.
Like, it's really dry. So the flavor's so dialed back, it's almost like a flavored carbonated water, like a seltzer water, because the flavor's not in the fizz, I guess.
Yeah, it's just the apples. So it has no sugar added, so it's literally just fermented apples.
Not bad.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
The next one is Tips Up, which is incredibly balanced, semi-dry, 6.5%.
Why don't you start it?
Okay.
Sweeter?
A bit sweeter.
No, this is getting in the zone where I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Big
one's
difference
nice.
between the high and dry and the Tips Up. This one actually tastes like what your brain thinks of when it thinks of a hard apple cider.
Yeah. That one's good. That
I'm going to save the rest of that one because I'm sure we'll come back to it. So, safety meeting? What's that one like?
Dry hopped with Citra and Galaxy hops, semi-dry, 6.5%.
And this may be more like the one when we went to Cold Hollow, the one
Yeah.
that they said was kind of hoppy. We'll see. That's my favorite so far.
Okay.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it's that cider slight blend toward a beer flavor, but not beery at all.
Yeah.
It's just kind of going that direction. And
That was
then
good.
the last one on this flight is the Shandy.
Shandy. Crisp hard cider and homemade lemonade.
Now, see, this is the one you can smell it in there. Let's see if we'll get the notes so we can taste it. Here, you start
You
with that
want me
one.
to try it first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like a hard cider and lemonade?
Yeah. So there's a German beer, which is a mixture of grapefruit and I think it's just a lager, and it's called Schaffhofer, and it's similar to that. This is a lot drier and a lot smoother than that, and with less sugar. So I like this more.
I would say the ones we tried so far, I like Safety Meeting a little bit better, but I could drink this easily.
Yeah, Tips Up and Safety Meeting are my 2 favorites so far on this particular.
Yeah, I think I like those too.
Yeah.
So moving on to flight 2, the first one is Apple Haze.
Yep, fresh pressed hazy cider, semi-dry, 5.5%.
So this one and the last one have the same alcohol content.
Yes.
The second flavor, you know, it's almost got like the fizzy, and then the flavor punch comes after. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but it's not really mixed. To me, it tastes like you have like the dry, and then the apple cider flavor comes in after.
Yeah. Excuse me. All right.
That's also really good. And I haven't had honestly, we've only had one cider we didn't love since we've been here.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll post the other video if you haven't seen it. It's the one where we went to Cold Hollow and tried 8 there as well. We had one we weren't wild about, but man, I tell you what, Vermont cider has been really, really good so far.
Well, and I'm curious because not the next one, but the one after it has some blueberry in it, and the first
And that's
one,
that's where we got derailed a little bit previously. Let's go to the next one on the list.
Yeah.
This is Vermont grown hops and honey.
It says Cascade, Crystal, and Nougat.
Yeah.
Dry hopped cider with honey. Semi-dry, 6.5%.
All right. Let's see what that one's all about.
Okay. Smell the honey and the hops.
I'm curious about this one. Sometimes honey ones to me are a little bit too sweet.
This one's warm. Warmer. It's a little bit more room temperature.
I saw this one when it came out of the tap. Flavor's good. I prefer, you can see like these have suds in the top here. Well, let's try to I don't have the setting on where it'll do, there you go. See most of these are like that. This one has virtually none, but.
Yeah, it's okay. I liked the other hopped one better.
Yeah, this is not my favorite, but it's not bad at all. Again, if someone was serving it, I wouldn't say no thank you.
Yeah. All right, so here's the moment of truth.
And again, in the true fashion before, the blueberry one we saw before had a deep red color. This one does as well.
So this is Vermont grown blueberry maple hazy cider made with blueberries and maple syrup. Dry, it's 6.5% alcohol.
Okay.
So much better than the last one.
Okay, so as far as blueberries go,
you can actually taste the blueberry in that one.
yes, it's much better.
More flavorful. Still not my favorite of the ciders, but it's in the right direction.
It's because of the berry, it gives it, I guess, like a sharper kind of flavor to it. And because you're getting away, I don't know if my brain thinks when it thinks of the ciders up here, because so many of them are apple-based, my brain is telling my palate, expect apple, and this doesn't have a lot of that. And so that may be a part of what we're getting there.
Yeah.
Let's go on to 8 of 8 now, and that's going to be Rattle the Chains.
So this one has grapefruit, cider with grapefruit and dry hopped with Cascade hops. This is dry, 6.3%.
Okay.
I like this one. It is very dry. It's tart.
Yep, this is kind of circling back around to the hop, to the top of the order here. The high and dry. If you taste that after that now, you'll see how dry that is. It's almost in a white wine territory.
Yeah.
It doesn't have as much of the true apple flavor.
This one is tart. The grapefruit one is tart. The Rattle the Chains is tart.
It is. But it has that more fizziness to it. I don't know. I like this one better.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is weird. I still think that maybe Safety Meeting and Shandy are my favorites.
Yeah.
This is Safety Meeting.
I like Tips Up too. That one's, it's simple. And I like simple ciders.
This is not too appley, not too dry. I think that's why I like it. It's a really good line to straddle.
Yeah.
It's got the apple cider. It's got the dryness. Let's go back to this one's Tips Up. This is one we both liked earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just let it taste it in your mouth, you can taste a big difference.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to, this is Shandy. It's weird. It depends on the order that you taste them in.
I can still taste the lemonade quite a bit in this one.
Yeah. I think, and that's good too. If you like lemonade flavoring in it, that's good. I think because the lemonade's mixed with apple cider, it's what's different for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not bad. It's just different. This is the apple haze.
I like that one a lot.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apple haze is really good. I don't know. Okay, so maybe is it Tips Up or Safety Meeting that we like better? Those two are.
Well, so they're very different. The Tips Up is the one that does not have hops in it. And Safety Meeting does have hops in it.
Okay, my verdict is in.
Okay.
Out of the 8, it's kind of hard to keep track of all of them. What are your favorites?
Definitely like the Tips Up. That one's number 1 for me. I think apple haze is a close second. And then I don't know. I think I like the high and dry, and I like the safety meeting. I've never
So
really
you
had
really
many
do
with
like the
hard.
drier.
Yeah. I like a super dry wine, super dry champagne. So I like dry ciders.
And
too,
keep that in
so.
mind, if you don't like those type of flavors, then obviously don't listen to us. But we're trying all 8 and just kind of telling you what we think. Honestly, they're all good.
Yeah, these are great.
Even if you don't
These are
have
really
if you have a flavor preference, it's totally worth getting the flights, trying them all. You get enough of them to really feel like you're getting a good sample of what that flavor is like.
So out of all of the 16 flavors that we've tried today, between this and Cold
Holy
Hollow,
moly!
is it too much to ask you to rank your number one between the two facilities?
I don't think it's fair because we've been far enough removed from that visit now, still today, but it's hours. Like we did that one right at early lunchtime. So
almost
it's been
dinner time now.
it's been 6.5 hours since we did it. We had a meal in between. We've also been to a distillery and tried those.
Because I know what my personal favorite is.
You like the Christmas one?
Yes.
Yeah. So I knew that would be easy because check the other video out. But they had a seasonal cider that
Had cinnamon.
you have so many
spice.
times,
It's so
like when
good.
people say pumpkin spice something, latte or whatever, you know what you're getting because pumpkin spice is a very specific flavor. But I don't know that I've had very many beverages that weren't pumpkin spice, cherry, something that has a distinct flavor that tasted as much like the holidays as that cider did. It smelled and tasted like Christmas. It's just very hard to explain, but it did, and they did a very good job of that. Overall, I don't know. It's tough. I'm gonna say for me here, the safety meeting and the apple haze are my two favorites. And that's the one that they would say. So the freshly pressed hazy cider, and then the one that's got some of the hops in it. Safety meeting.
Yeah, I would say I definitely apple haze. I liked that one a lot, and tips up. Safety meeting was good too. It was a close third, but
Apple haze is definitely the sweeter of the two.
yeah.
So it's not fair. I mean, watch the other video and kind of see our thoughts on that. I'd have to go back and watch it and try to remember the descriptions. That really dry one was good.
Yeah.
Good sweet balance. I don't know. I might say of the 16 that we've sampled today, pulling from memory, I knew you would say the Christmas flavor one. And I can't remember which one it is. Again, it's in the other video. My favorite might be one of these. Might be the apple haze or the safety meeting because of the balance with the true apple flavor. But the other ones were certainly good as well. I mean, you can't go wrong either way. They have a lot more to try here as far as other ones go. They have, like, again, Brainwaves gummy bears, cider
some
infused
really
with a blend of blue raspberry.
Habanero, which has a spicy warning on it.
And it says warning spicy. So it's probably going to be, let's see if I can get that to show up in the thing here. I don't know if that's in frame because I can't see the screen. And then Scarlet Sangria. Sangria is a little bit, this is made with mesquite and apple wine, fresh citrus.
Yeah.
To me, it's a little bit
summer
on the sweeter end.
Yeah.
Now, it's dry and it's got the highest alcohol content at 8.5. But out of their kind of regular apple cider, their normal flavors, we tried all 8 of them and they were all really good. I would say, again, my least favorite may be the one with the blueberry in it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and some people that like more berry flavored things may just really love that. But I like things with a lot of fizz. I like things with a lot of that dry crispness. And I just felt like the ones further up the ladder had that.
Well, and I want my ciders to taste like apple. I want to taste the apple in it.
And if you really do crave that true, like, apple cider punch, then apple haze is probably going to be the best one on the list as far as balance.
I agree.
All right, so we're going, and they have all of these available in cans for the most part to take home. We're gonna go look and see what those are like, but I'm saying safety meeting in Apple Haze. Apple Haze is definitely gonna come home with us, assuming they have some in stock. I'll try to do video of kind of some B-roll around here. It's a really cool establishment. It's got a lot of open space.
Some great
And then
artwork and stuff in here too.
You can see some stuff behind us here, but then it wraps around. There's a big L shape and it wraps right around into the warehouse where you can see them running forklifts full of cans of this stuff. They do have it in stock. That's one big advantage right now over Cold Hollow.
Oh, yeah, they were sold out.
I think we're going to get Apple Haze for sure, and then maybe look at some of the other ones. But again, if you're in Stowe and apple cider is your thing, even if it's not, if you like beer or if you like Rieslings, those type of wines, definitely come here and give it a try. It's really good. The flights were $20, so
Yeah,
a
$10 each.
sample, yeah, it's like $2.50 a glass, which really isn't that bad. And I think at the end, if you had, split, we'll finish these off. It's going to be equivalent to about a can, but you're getting to try, and being together, that's obviously helpful. We get to try all 8 flavors instead of being limited to one, or looking like a crazy person in the corner doing 2 flights by yourself. And if that's you, go for it. But highly recommended. I think you get more bang for your buck in the experience at Cold Hollow if you're into the donuts and the hot apple ciders and the maple syrups and things like that, whereas this is straight apple cider, hard cider. That's what they're known for.
Bar here,
Yeah, and so, but definitely worth it. It's much closer to town than
very relaxed.
Cold Hollow. Yeah, it's very relaxed. Everybody here was super nice, and so far no one's cared that we filmed inside their locations. Again, we're trying to bring their businesses more business, especially since we've liked them so much. So, but yeah, true facts. They were all really good. I wasn't in love with the blueberry one, and other than that, they were really good. And again, if someone offered me one, I wouldn't turn down any of them. So if you're in Stowe, definitely come by. Stowe Cider, absolutely worth it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna finish these now.